Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to discuss about continue and past statement. In the previous video, we had discussed about break statement. If you have not checked that video, do check it out now. It's there in the I button. Now continue is also a transfer statement. So continue skips the current iteration of the loop and jumps to the next iteration. Please read this definition again. Pause the video and read it again. It will give you a more clear idea about continue statement. The continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and jumps to the next iteration. See, skips the current iteration and jumps to the next iteration. Okay, now let us see an example. Okay, for x in 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a set and I'm printing x. What I'm getting? 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem. Now I'm writing here something for x in 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm putting a condition. If x equal to 3, then continue. Okay, you just write continue like you just write break. Okay, and then you write print x and print Python, right? Just like break, I have put it inside an if condition, and now let us see what the output comes out. You're getting something like 1 Python, 2 Python, and then 4 Python. The elements are 1, 2, 3, 4. So what should happen when x equal to 1? This condition would become false because x1 is not equal to 3. So x will be printed, that is 1, and then Python will be printed, Python. Then x equal to 2. When x equal to 2, this condition is again not met. Then print x. 2 is here, Python is here. Now when x equal to 3, now here where the magic happens. This if condition becomes true. So it comes to the continue statement. And what it will do? It will now skip this iteration of x equal to 3 and move to x equal to 4. That is the magic. Please read the statement. It will skip the current iteration of the loop and jump to the next iteration. My current iteration was x equal to 3. Now in x equal to 3, after this if also we are having some statements, 2 more statements to be executed, that is print x and print Python. But when the interpreter encounters continue, now these statements will not be executed. Okay, when the interpreter gets this continue, these statements after this will not be executed and it will jump to the next iteration, x equal to 4. Right? It is skipping the iteration. It will not run any further lines of code. Right? It will move to the next one. Now x equal to 4, right? And if x equal to 3, this condition is false. So print x, 4 is coming, Python is coming. But for 3, it is not printed. Right? So it is different from break. Break, what it does, it will break the whole loop. It will terminate it. It will stop the loop. It is not stopping the loop. It is just skipping that current iteration. That iteration, x equal to 3. It is just skipping that iteration where it encounters continue and moving to x equal to 4. Let me write a break also. Then you will understand. See, this 4 Python will go. Why? Because when x equal to 3, then you have written break. So it will stop the whole loop and x will never go to x equal to 4 because it has stopped here only. Okay. So there is a difference. Break will terminate the loop completely. Continue will skip the current iteration. Right? Another example I am having here. See, for x in range 5, print x, continue, print x plus 1. What will happen? Okay, let me make the output for you. First of all, pause the video, make the output in your notebook. That is the best way to run programming, to make the output yourself. See, when x equal to 0, print x. So in the output, 1 will come, first of all. So in the output 0 will come. Okay, this is the output here, 0. Now continue is written. Now what will happen? It will skip this iteration of x equal to 0 and this line will never run. Now it will come to x equal to 1 and it will print here 1. And again continue. So this line again will not run. Then x equal to 2. Then print x, 2 and continue. Okay, then this line will not run. Then x equal to 3. Same thing, print x, 3 will come. Continue, it will skip the iteration. This line will again not run. X equal to 4. 4 comes up here. Continue, it will just continue. That's it. So you will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you will never get x plus 1. It will never run because you have written continue before it without any condition. So every time continue will run. Right? Try to understand it. Now let me just run it. So you're getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 as I told you. Right? Now we come to the pass statement. The pass statement does nothing. Right? The pass statement does nothing. It is used to create an empty block that may be useful in the future. Please read it again. It is used to create an empty block that may be useful in the future. Right? Pass statement will not do anything. Guys, see. I have written here for x in range 10. Let me just run it. Did anything come up in the output? No. Did anything happen? No. Because pass does nothing. Now let me write here for x in range 5, pass and print hello. What will happen? Hello will come 5 times. This pass statement, when the interpreter encounters this pass statement, nothing happens. Okay? So what is the use of this? Its use is to create an empty block that may be useful in the future. Now when I'm writing here for x in range 10 pass, now suppose you're creating a 100-line program, you're creating an application, a software, and somewhere you think that I may have to use such a for loop in the future. Okay? You think that this for loop may be useful for you in the future. So you just write it in the middle of the program somewhere for x in range 10 and you just write pass. Okay? At the moment, you don't know what you have to write inside the for loop, but you think there may be a chance that I may have to use this. So you have this written there for x in range 10 and maybe some comments also. Maybe some comments also that I will do this thing. I will do this thing with this. Okay. So you have also written some comments there. So to create this empty block of for or while or any kind of block of code, you use pass statement. If you just write an empty block like this, it will give you an error, incomplete input. So you need to use pass, which will act as a placeholder here. Okay. Now you may say, I can also use it continue. What is the problem? Okay. So this pass will also be used with if also. Of course, it will be used because it is used to create an empty block, whatever that block may be. It may be a for, a while, or if-else. Okay. It may be a function. We will see functions also. Function, classes, any form of block of code. Any empty block you want to create, use the pass state. Okay. But break and continue will work only with loops. Okay. This is the thing. Break and continue will only work with loops. Want to see it? See this. If x less than 5, let me write x equal to 9, x less than 5, and I'm writing it pass. So nothing happens, pass, done, nothing happens. Now let me write a continue. Continue not properly in loop. It has set. Okay, you write a break outside loop. So these are only used with loops, break and continue. But pass can be used with any block of code where you want to create an empty block, right? If you give it in the middle of the program like here, then also nothing will happen. Normal flow of control will happen. Okay. Now you may say, I can also use a continue. That's also fine. What's the problem? But see, this continue, you may have used it to create an empty block, but its use is not in this way. This is the wrong use of continue. It may be working like pass. May be working. Right? But continue cannot be used with functions. It cannot be used with classes. It cannot be used with if-else. It can only be used with for loops. And it is used to skip the current iteration. So there is a difference. And let me demonstrate it through this example. For t in range 4, continue, print big data. Tell me now in the comment section what will be the output. Type it down. Right now what will be the output. Just think it. Pause the video. Let us see. Nothing comes up. Why? Because at the beginning of the loop only you have written continue. So when t equal to 0, what happens? Continue. Skip the iteration. Then t equal to 1 comes up. Then again continue. It will skip the iteration. It will come to t equal to 2. It will again skip the iteration and it will come to t equal to 3. And it will again skip the iteration. So this line will never run and nothing will be printed in the output. Had I written here pass, now what will happen? Big data will come 4 times because pass does nothing. So there is a big difference, right? Okay, now suppose you wanted to create this. Suppose you wanted to create an empty if block inside for loop. What do? Write pass there. This example. Okay. What will happen? Normal flow of control will happen. But if you use their continue, then what would happen? It will skip the iteration when q will become 3 and it will not print 3. Okay. So this was just to highlight that pass is used to create an empty block and you will never use continue and break for the same purpose. Right? They are having very different meanings. Okay. That's all for this video. Like this video, share it, subscribe it, hit the bell icon, and if you have any questions, you can comment it down. Thank you.